Hello. Gaming is, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I've been taking a look at what's happening in gaming, and I miss the days of the PS3, man. I miss the days of the PS3. Okay, PS3, a lot better of a game, a lot better. To be honest with you, PS3 is like, the bee's knees when it comes down to it. It's like a weird thing because PS3 was kind of last place that generation up until like it surpassed 360 by a little bit. It doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. And that was only worldwide. In the U.S., probably 360 was still the king. Just saying. But I'll be honest with you, I hate these PS3 fanboys or PlayStation fantards. Because they always never make sense. They don't understand that Sony has problems, Microsoft has problems. Who gives a shit at the end of the day? I don't care. I just observe, and I can tell you that Sony has more problems than Microsoft does, and that's just from me looking at it, unbiased. I absolutely hate Microsoft, hate Sony as far as a lot of this shady shit they do, but I can at least say that both of them do shady shit. But the one thing I will say about it is that Microsoft today had their game showcase, and they should have probably announced that fucking handheld. Just do it already. Just do it already. They're like, oh, well, today was about the games. It's like, bro, I don't give a shit. Just make me excited again. I mean, that showcase was pretty good. As far as games go. I'll be honest. Most people are saying 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. It doesn't really matter. People are saying it's great. Even Dreamcast guy, who I made a video on the other day, he fucking sat there and was like, "Oh, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Oh my god, he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking dumbass, dude. He acts like he's so surprised, but really he's just fucking pissed off that he's not able to monetize this to make this into a fucking big deal. This fucking dumbass shit. God. But I mean, here I am. I'm kind of buzzed, to be honest with you. That Twisted Tea is doing quite a number on me. But yeah, I mean, here I am thinking about like PS3 and stuff, old consoles. Oh, I wish I could tell you thinking about 360, but both of my 360 controllers are done for. And to be honest with you, it's cost $130 per controller to buy a new one, brand new. And comparatively, the price of a PS3 DualShock 3 is only $30 on eBay, and I've already bought a new one, a new DualShock 3 for my PS3 Super Slim. And I'm like, yeah, I am done buying for Xbox 360, man, because that's a fucking scam, to be honest with you. $130 for a fucking controller? God damn, that's fucking awful. 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 Especially when if I want to just play the game, I could just play it on fucking Xbox One. Thank God for backward compatibility, as some say. There's some games I can't play on PS3, even though I want to. I wish I could. But some of them weren't released here in the States. There was a version of Destroy All Humans, that one that came out for the 360, right? And it came out for the PS3 in some countries, but not the US. Not the US, man. That sucks. Sucks, to be honest with you. I feel like Sony just does crappy things, and they screwed the pooch on the PS3 for a long time till the end of it. I remember when the PS3 first came out. I was super excited about it, or not when it first came out. When I finally got one in 2012, 2013, when I had my first PS3, I tell you, I was excited for a lot of games. I was excited for Tomb Raider. I was excited to play the Batman games, because I had never played them. And I was excited to play, like, The Last of Us, I was excited to play all these games, and most of them I played. I was excited to play Bioshock, all the Bioshock games. Well, I had played Bioshock 1 on 360 a lot, but as far as, like, I was excited to replay them, and I have, and those games are good. And I'll never say a bad word about any of those games. I love them. Bioshock Infinite was quite an experience playing that first time on PS3. you know. But at this point, like we have gotten literally nothing on PS5, nothing on Xbox Series X, for the most part. Spider-Man 2, be damned, you know. I liked Spider-Man 1, you know, the Spider-Man that came out on the PS4. I liked that. I'm miffy about like Miles Morales. Uh, Other than that, man, I don't really care. You know, I'm sitting here like seeing all these game announcements, and Sony had a terrible fucking showing last week, or was it the week before? I don't remember. To be honest, I'm buzzed, you know. But point being, they had a terrible, terrible, terrible announcement. Okay, they had terrible announcements. They didn't even have announcements, as far as I know. What was the most noteworthy thing that came out of that announcement from Sony, or that state of play from Sony? To be honest with you, I don't think there was anything noteworthy. I don't think there was. I don't remember. That's how little I gave a shit. This Xbox showcase, they announced some really good games, but I just don't care. I just don't care anymore. You know, maybe it's because I'm older now and I have more bills than God, and most of these games I know I'm probably not going to play that much. You know, and plus I have Game Pass. I pay for Game Pass Ultimate every month. I paid for another month just the other day, and to be honest with you, I pay with gift cards, so it doesn't even come out of my bank account. I just order them from the gift cards from Amazon. I'm like, redeem it. That's it. That's it. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to worry about it. But I have Game Pass. I can play any of these games. I don't need to pay for these games. You know, I don't need to sit there and anticipate the next latest game. You know, same thing with Sony. To be honest with you, I don't pay for PlayStation Plus, and I really don't like spending money on games that much. To be honest with you, unless it's like cheap. Actually, to be honest with you, I've been buying more PS4 games lately because it's not expensive. It's not expensive to buy PS4 games. When I have the money, when I have a gift card for PlayStation, I usually, pay for like PlayStation 4 games. I don't give a shit, I had two freaking PlayStation gift cards during Christmas time from both of my parents, who by the way aren't together, like I've said, and I spent most of it on PS4 games. And one PS5 game, and it happened to be The Expanse. But then again, it came with the PS5 and PS4 version, so it didn't really matter. I didn't really care, I didn't really care. I just do not give a shit about the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Maybe in a year I'll think differently. I'll be like, you know what? Actually, to be honest with you, there was one game from the Xbox Showcase I was actually interested in. That Perfect Dark reboot. Oh lordy, that looked good. That looked good. That looked like Perfect Dark. I was kind of worried about it for a second. I was worried they would do like a third person Perfect Dark game, which because it would have been very weird if they had done it, but like that. But I'm glad they went with the direction they went to with which is sort of like the older games, which is first person. But I genuinely like gaming. To me is like kind of done, man. Kind of done. It's not done, but it's like I just stopped caring at some point. I just stopped caring. I'm more interested in buying movies. I just bought Oppenheimer. Have anyone heard of that movie, Oppenheimer? It was from Christopher Nolan. It was like critically raved. At release, people were talking about this is the greatest movie ever, and combined with the Barbie movie, it sort of became Barbieheimer or something. Yeah. Anyway, point being, it was like people would watch Oppenheimer followed by Barbie, and it was so different experiences that people just loved it, and it's like okay. But yeah, the movie sound, the movies are kind of more interesting right now to me. Not superhero movies at the moment. I'm not, I'll be honest with you, I'm interested in superhero movies. I love superhero movies, but they've been kind of crap the last year or two, and I don't know what I can say. I mean, Spider-Man: No Way Home was good, but that's about it. You know, Doctor Strange was okay. Disney, you gotta do better, man. Disney, you gotta do better. Anyway, what's this video about? This video is about pointless shit because we're talking about video games and no one really cares about video games anymore. I mean, I remember I made a video talking about my problems with gaming and people were like, you're in the same position I am. You know, I'm like, yes, I just don't care. You know, I don't know. Video games are kind of sus, man. Kind of sus.